Holy moly. Holy cow. I did not, I mean, I was watching some of it, but man, 1,000 points. What a drop. What a drop. Well, good morning, folks. My name's Tyler, if you're here for the first time. Super pumped that you're here to join us this morning. We're going to be navigating through the wild world of day trading futures. As you can see, we had a 1,000-point drop. And during the live streams, I'm going to be sharing my daily trading bias. I'm going to give you a live trade actions, give you the models that I'm trading, a front row seat to all the action. If you are watching this after the stream, you can jump to the key moments throughout the stream where I've taken trades along with the explanation of what I was thinking and why. And then lastly, if you are looking to take your trading to the next level or you're looking to preserve capital, you can look at considering using prop firms, and you can use the code DTJ to get anywhere from 50 to 90% off your next Apex eval account. And with that, let's go ahead and open in prayer and let's rock and roll. Father, we honor you this morning. Thank you for a new week, a new day. Father, that your mercies are new every morning. Father, give us the wisdom to navigate these markets. Give us patience to be patient and wait for the correct setups. Lord, we honor you in our trading. May your name be glorified in all that we do. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay, folks, let's rock and roll. So good morning, Ted, T-Loff, Sean, Patrick, good morning. Glad to have you guys. Looks like some of you made some money over London and the Asia session. I did not do anything. I didn't want to do anything, really. New here. Kelly girl, welcome. How you doing? Welcome. I'm going to say that it's crazy. It's crazy when you just look at that. And then we had a 200-point new day opening gap. It's absolutely crazy. Good morning, Tony. Is it Sierra? Good morning. Glad you're here. Welcome. I'm having issues with one of my screens. I'm going to jump over to it, see if it's working yet. It's not working. Nope, there it is. Good. That's what we like. I like right there. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's try to figure out what we can expect. We got 5 minutes till the open. I can tell you right now, the opening range gap is going to be insanely large. When I looked for our upside move, if we just go to the daily, you can see kind of what we've done already. We've come through this fair value gap right here, and we still have the last week's, previous week's low from the 13th is sitting right here. Could we reach for that? I mean, anything's possible. Could we just stay inside of this whole range right here and just go up and down in this range? Absolutely. That's really possible. If you look at the 4-hour, though, you'll see this 4-hour swing low on this potential market maker sell model. I mean, it to me is very convincingly a market maker sell model. So if I'm looking for a top, I'm either looking at the top to be January 16th, which we just ran, or I'm looking at this low right here, which is the previous week's low. I could see us retracing up to that as well. So if I'm looking for an up move, if I'm looking for a retracement from this giant move lower, I mean, you can just look, if you just drag a Fibonacci tool on it and you find equilibrium, equilibrium is sitting right at the month open, the monthly's opening price. So I still think we could go higher, but you are definitely going against the trend by going higher. The big move can mean a choppy morning, for sure. But really, we just need to see how it wants to respond, how it's going to react to price here in the next 4 minutes. So we'll see how that's going to go. So my initial impression is I would like to see higher prices. However, with that being said, we have already ran this January 16th low of day right here, which is also the daily fair value gap. So could we sell off from here? I think it has permission to if it wanted to. I think it absolutely could run lower if it wants to. Our job is going to be to find a low risk, no-brainer type setup that we can capitalize on. So for those that are new here, I have 3 screens that I'm looking at. I have the top screen right here, which is my 1 minute. My bottom screen is a 5 minute. And then my left screen is a 15 minute. And then off screen, I have ES as well, just to see when ES might have an SMT or something like that. So with that, guys, let me go ahead and get the rest of my charts set up here. I'm going to kind of zero in on getting this ready. I am going to mark our new day opening gap, even though it's just insanely large. I don't know if I want to go long, to be honest. I guess we are at a breaker right here. Nice little breaker. If we're going to see a continuation higher, that's where we may see it. We have relatively equal highs here, so I see reason that we could potentially see our 930 model play out. Okay, so 930 did play out for us here. Holy cow. That was extremely unintentional. That was scary. I went 5 mini contracts on that, and it did not copy. Oh, man. Wow. Okay. All right, let me get situated because I did not have everything set up correctly. Yeah, exactly. I didn't quite expect this, but it's definitely moving in a direction that we thought it should move. So MNQ, there we go. All right. All right, so I'm looking at the new month opening price right here. That's really where I'm looking to see if we can push through that. yeah, it's... I don't even know how I would play this. I mean, you can try to do a momentum play here and try to take a stab at it. It just hit the monthly opening price. That would concern me a bit. Potentially get a rejection, or we could potentially see price continue to push. This is very, very, there's a lot of uncertainty on what's going to happen. Here's London high. And if I'm going to take a long, I need a retracement. So if we get a retracement down to the 17th, the new day opening gap, maybe that's an option. I took the 930 model with only one contract, or with one account. It wasn't copied because I was on minis instead of micros, and I took 5 micro contracts. So I made $1,000 on that 930 play on one account. That was scary. Because if that didn't work out, that's a blown account. Wow. All right, so like a play like right here, this would be your potential. If you wanted to play a push higher, this could potentially be that. The only concern is our monthly opening price that we tagged. I am looking at London high. I have mine marked at the 3 a.m. around 3 a.m. Let's see. Ted does okay. David Clark, good morning. Deborah, good morning. Yep, it was massive. Good morning, Eva. I'm not trading for the week. I'm back to studying. I'm still trying to understand market structure, and until I understand the basic concepts, I'm gonna keep blowing account after account. That is wise. Anything that I can help with, Deborah, let me know if you want. If you need understanding on something, ask the questions here, or feel free to email me. I want to see you. I want to see you make it. All right. So I like this. It's supporting this. I like to see if it wants to push through here, but I mean, I don't know how I could go long right now. I feel like that's completely impulsive, completely speculative, and quite reckless. It also could be very profitable. I mean, it's just scary. It's scary. Like after that potential mistake, like it, whew. I probably actually have to lose some money on that account because I'm pretty sure I'm over my 30% rule on what I made on that one account. I think the number's $750. Either way, we'll get that. We'll deal with that later. Let me make sure my other screen is working. Okay, there we go. This is where I'll take my executions, guys. I'm going to be looking at 20 handles for my trades. I mean, that's... These lines, each of these lines is 10 handles. So, extreme volatility happening right now. And I'm trying to keep my trades down to very, very few. So I'm looking to take maybe 1 or 2 trades That's ideally what I'd want to take. So I need to find the entry that has the highest probability of success. And with with high volatility, it's going to be taking trades on the retracement to go higher. So it's going to be to take the trade on this movement to go long to take that move right there. If I try to take it on the momentum moving higher, it could just retrace 20 handles in a single candle and stop me out. So it's very important I make sure I'm knowing how I'm executing my entries. Because you get in at the wrong point, even you have the right side, you might have the right trade, right move, right side, it's still a ton of risk that it could actually move against you. It's just, you just got to be very careful. But I do expect this to continue higher. I do. I haven't started any one-on-ones, Deborah, but I actually here's what I'm doing. Here's what I probably will do. I was literally just thinking this tonight. For those in my a part of the academy in my Discord this week, I was probably going to send everybody a message and give them an opportunity on a one-on-one because I want everybody there to succeed. So if I'm going to do a one-on-one, it would be for those that are a part of the academy. And there wouldn't be, as of right now, there wouldn't be any extra charge for the one-on-ones that I probably would do. But I literally was just thinking about that right now. As the community continues to grow, I think that's something I want to offer. All right, so we got through the monthly opening price. We'll see if it finds support here. Based on the potential volatility we get, we may see this fair value gap close. This is our first fair value gap of the morning. I don't know. Are you talking about the opening range gap? Heck no. There's no way it's going to close the whole thing. I'm looking at what point is it going to roll over, to be honest. Because we are in what I would call a market maker sell model. Look at the 4-hour. Okay? Ooh, this is the buy side. We're on the sell side. So either we decide we want to go higher or we actually run this low. The orange line would be the low of day, which I think we have a higher probability of hitting that. I said I wanted to see it go higher first, and that's the highest I would want to see it go is this orange line right here, which is the previous week's low. And then if it's my preference, I would like to see it roll over. I would like to see it run towards the previous week low. Are we going to get there today? Probably not, but I think that's eventually where we're headed. But Deborah, if you're not in a position to actually to join the community, if you send any emails or you want any trade reviews on anything like that, I'm happy to do so. You can just email them, and I will take a look about that. NVIDIA wants to go down more, and I think a lot of this may be due to NVIDIA. NVIDIA has lost the edge on the AI technology. There's a China company that has been able to create the chips needed for AI. So there's a potential that we could continue to see a sell-off. Normally, I would be taking a momentum candle like that where we went higher and went lower like this. But because of all of the volatility, these candles right here, I mean, that's 10 handles. That was 15 handles of a retracement. Now we're almost hitting 20 handles for a retracement. There's a lot of reducing size is not a bad idea. That looks really good here. We got an order block right here and a fair value gap. I'm taking this long right here. All right, that was 20 handles. I'm out of that trade. I'm not going to go for anything extended going to the upside because I don't know how long these can sustain. Like, you see how we got 20 handles and now we erased it? I'm not going to mess around with long trades. I'm literally probably just going to scalp. Yes, I'll probably miss out on huge moves, but I freaking don't care. I feel like there's more risk to me losing a lot of money trying to get these bigger moves than it would be just to take a 10 handle scalp. You could almost... Honestly, guys, you could probably close your eyes, put a bracket order on there for 10 handles, and you could probably hit it no matter what direction you go. That's how much volatility we're seeing. So you have to be very careful on wanting to try to see these extended moves after we got an extended move overnight. So I'm not interested in really anything more than 20 handles. Honestly, I was ready to close the trade at 10 handles. Just a lot of volatility. Why did I take that on the momentum? Because this candle wicked lower and then aggressively closed green. And then right when it closed, I basically said we have low resistance. We'll probably run this high right here. And that's why I took it. Deep Stake. Thank you, Lenu. That's exactly who I'm referring to. Now, it's a China company, so I don't know if it's actually legit or not. I'm assuming it is. But I think a lot of what we're seeing may be behind that. Now, even though the markets are algorithmic, it doesn't mean that news or things around the world can't affect what the algorithm decides to do and where it pushes price. DeepSeek? What? I'm going to... China AI. DeepSeek, yes, it's DeepSeek right here. Top stories, shocking Chinese AI advancement called DeepSeek sending U.S. stocks plunging 1 hour ago. That's what they think. This is the fundamentals that I don't mess around with. What do I mean by that? I don't trade based on what's going on in the news. I trade based on market structure. And because of that, having a fundamental idea of like, okay, we're in a downtrend, that's really all that I need to know. Okay? So to me, we're in a downtrend, and right now what we're seeing is a retracement higher. And if I had a level that I think that it could retrace up to, it's the previous week low. Could it go higher? Yeah, it could go all the way up. Do I want it to? No. Am I going to try to play that? Heck no. No. I would rather play short, but if I'm thinking of the algorithm, I'm thinking they think everybody wants it to go lower. So they're just going to keep pushing it higher, and they may do that all day. So any attempts we try could fall short, and it's why I'm only looking for 10 to 20 handles. I can't go for more. I won't. There's a high news event for later in the day for the Swiss National Bank. I have no idea. There could be cuts. I don't see that happening quite yet. I think they're going to wait to see how the tariffs that Trump's put on other countries affects the economy. All right, so we just swept London high. We had that on here on the screen. Look how it wicked through here and closed, and then we see a slight sell-off. Not saying that it's going to roll over. This is the order block that we would want to watch. Man, these are the type of, this is how you take longs. You find a series of down close candles, you wait for price to hit it, you take your entry there, you set your stop loss below that candle's low. Worked out great here. Just a lot of volatility. Yeah, I don't know how that's going to affect anything considering the news for AI was so gigantic, David. It'll be interesting to see. We'll probably wait. I mean, there's nothing I'm going to be taking right here, right now. Your best bet is to sit on your hands and not do anything. That honestly will teach you more about discipline and more about being patient and waiting for the setup that makes sense to you than trying to take a long off of something like this. I'm doing a small account challenge. It's on X if you want to follow along. All my trades for every day that I take, which I'm only allowed to take one trade per day, I post on X, whether it's a win or a loss. And I'm building a cash account from only $500 for people to follow along to show that it's possible. And I'm proving it to myself because I have never had to do that before. I've been on prop firm accounts since I became profitable. So I'm doing that, but the reason I'm telling you guys this is I'm experiencing the value in only taking one or two trades and how difficult it can be. But at the same time, it's helping build my patience because we have to wait for the setup. I only got one shot on this challenge. I only got one chance to actually make a profit on this account. And my stop loss is only 10 handles. Do you think I can do that in this market right now? If I just, nilly-willy take a trade? No, I'm probably going to get slapped in the face, and then I'm going to take a loss for 10, 12 handles, and then I'm done for the day. So this challenge is stretching me in the capacity of waiting for not just A setups, but taking only the A plus setups that I see. Now, A plus setups are subjective, but I'm taking it based on, all right, do I feel really, really good about this? Do I think that, I've seen this before, I've seen this fail? Have I seen this before where it's like, I think it could actually, I've seen this many times. It always goes higher when it does this. Those are the types of trades that I want to take off of. We got a small fair value gap right here. Want to see if this wants to act as a bearish breaker. Only way that's going to happen is if we see movement lower, closing below the swing low and coming back up into this 1 minute order block level right here. So it'd be something like this. Boom, and then a sell-off. And my entry I would want to take is somewhere around here, if it's going to do that. I'm not sure it wants to do that yet. I'm just framing out ideas in my head as we sit here and wait. $15-minute looks bullish. We could eventually reach the new week opening gap. There's a new week opening gap up here, sitting just under the midpoint of the opening range gap. Let me throw out 930 here. For the giant sell-off that we've seen, this isn't as choppy as I was expecting. It's just the candles are huge. So all right, so let's do a top down here really quick. Let's start with the 4 hour. 4 hour is closing in 5 minutes. Here's what I expect. This 4 hour candle grabbed this low right here. Boom. We see that right there. It left this low on the 4 hour. So if this does a rebalance up to this area right here, the next candle, it could sell off. So if we see momentum to the downside, I'm not afraid to try to go short to take this trade to this low. That's what I see on the 4 hour. But we have to see that displacement to the downside. If we drop down to the 1 hour, like David said, we are in a 1 hour fair value gap right here. That 1 hour fair value gap is roughly overlapping with this down closed price leg, which in my book is also a breaker. We've taken those breakers before. The first time it hits this level here, you go short, it gives you about 10 handles. That's a legitimate type of setup you could take. Could it go higher to this fair value gap right here? I think that's a real possibility. It could go up to this fair value gap. Why? Because look what it overlaps with. It overlaps with this down close candle right here. That's not on screen, sorry. It overlaps with this down close candle right here. So that, it could reach up to this 1 hour fair value gap too. But for the meantime, we are sitting inside of this one right now. And it looks like it might want to push through that. We'll see. Dropping down to the 15-minute, we got a 15-minute order block, bearish order block right here, sitting right at the midpoint. That's attractive. I like that as a signature in price for a retracement. We also, take note, we've also reached the equilibrium of this entire drop. Right here, you'll see the equilibrium level. It's this faint red line. Right there. So we've done the job of coming up to premium. We're currently trading higher into premium. So if this is where you would honestly want to look for shorts, is in premium. Now, could we go up to 0.68, which is sitting right here? You'll see that green line that was just formed. That's 62%. That's sitting right around the previous week low, which if it's allowed to go up to here for a normal retracement of a price leg to then roll over. So I'm giving you all kinds of different scenarios. Why? Because I don't know what's going to happen. And if I'm looking at how price wants to move, these are the things that I would look for and consider to say, all right, theoretically, if we ran up to this level right here, right, this 62% level, and then we start seeing a sell-off, I would feel more confident about going short. If we go here and it starts selling off, I would not feel as confident because we have the previous week low right here. It's sitting just above it, and we have 62% sitting right there. So knowing your levels on the left and understanding what price could reach for helps build the confidence on when price could roll over and give you a bigger move. Now, we're not going for that bigger move personally, but I mean, I'm not going to try to trade any differently. I'll just take a small piece out of that bigger move when it happens. So I think that's this 15 minutes interesting right here. I don't know. I mean, we have a brand new candle. I think honestly, we're going to see an expansion higher again. We'll see. It's 9 o'clock right now. Ted, we just filled 25% of the opening range gap. Yes, we did. Now, with everything that I just said, the only thing that would give me peace of mind that it's okay to potentially run lower even though we haven't hit this level is the fact that we ran right into this order block right here, this 15-minute order block. I'm on a 1-minute chart right now, but if we drop, here's the 15-minute order block. Here's the 15-minute order block right here that I'm referring to, right? We talked about this. That 15-minute order block. It came into it very nicely. See how we came into that 15-minute order block right there from the bodies? Now, if we continue to get a sell-off, I can say, all right, it makes logical sense that it could continue lower. I might look for an entry. If there wasn't anything to the left, I can't say, all right, I'm going to go short. I have to find something to the left of the chart that gives me confidence that it could move lower. It's never a guarantee. But at least there's something to justify our idea of going short. And that's what we're doing. We're trying to determine if it makes sense to go short or not. Is that a lower low? It did wick lower right here. We got no 5-minute fair value gap until we reach this low right here. So this is our 5-minute fair value gap down here. We could reach all the way to that if it still wants to go higher. Let's see if we have any opportunity. We still have this 1-minute OB here. This is also my breaker. I want to, if we can push through this level, I want to see this be treated like a breaker, like that. That's what I would want here. Honestly, if we do a retracement back up into this level, I may take an entry. I'm going to take an entry short. I just took that entry. Let's see if it wants to expand lower or if it's going to stop me out. I got a 10 handle stop loss. And I'm going to move my target a little bit lower. And are we going to get knocked out here? I'm going to move my stop to break even as soon as we run that low. Oh, I'm going to get stopped out. Okay. Woo! That wasn't a bad entry, to be honest. I mean, honestly, you could probably get back into this, but I'm not going to. So we got stopped out for 10 handles on that trade. See how volatile that is? If we can reach up into this level, that may, and we sell off, that may be of interest. Okay, so that whole idea of potentially going lower is now, in my opinion, gone. This looks like it's just going to keep breaking higher right here. Look at that. Woo-wee. Wow. I don't even know. I want to go short, but a lot of volatility. Look at this insanity. I don't have much to say, folks. It's just we're respecting this 1 minute order block. Respecting the 5 minute order block sitting right here. We could see higher prices where we have a 15-minute order block on the up and down side. So it's just I feel like I'm in between, not knowing what's going to happen with price. I don't know if it wants to go higher or lower. That's the concern I have right now with everything. Is do we want to go higher from here, or are we consolidating to move lower, run this low resistance liquidity, and see a continuation to the downside? I don't know from right here. Not yet, Ryan. I haven't seen it. Here's the move right there. That's probably going to run. That's where I would say it should go from here. But it wouldn't surprise me if it just keeps messing around and not running lower. Yeah, I didn't. I heard that it was dropping, but I didn't do anything with it. All right, we'll see if it wants to continue lower. We have this fair value gap right here that we're sitting inside. We'll see if it wants to find support there, if it wants to continue lower. I think what I would want to see is price to come back up to this level and then continue lower. I feel like taking a short here is just going to get me stopped out. I'm treating this level the same way we saw this happen. You see this giant green candle? We think it's going to go higher, and then it just loses all of it. That's kind of what I want to see here, is us come back up into this breaker and then roll over from there. Monthly opening price. This swing low right here is hit. Let's see if it can get up into here. We're hitting a breaker on the 15-minute to the upside as well. You guys see that breaker right here? We could push right through this. Honestly, it might look more probable for that. I'll be honest with you folks, I don't know which way it wants to go. I really don't. I see a higher time frame, 15-minute for a push higher. I also see the potential of going lower even on a higher time frame. So it's really 50-50 for me. I could see it rolling over from here, but on the 15-minute, I see it could push higher from here. From right there. It's 10:26, so we're right at the top of the hour, which I'm not a fan of. Sweep of liquidity right here. This internal swing high, but it didn't grab these highs here. 21,440. Andre. That could be. Sitting up here. I see a lot of resistance before then, though. That's the thing. I feel like we have the previous week low. That's going to be major resistance. Yeah, I don't know. Guess we'll see. Okay, watching this previous week low. See if it wants to hit that or not. Okay, there's the tag of the previous week low. We should see some type of retracement here. Even if it's just 10 handles, my point is that when you hit these levels, you get at least a 10 handle retracement. Let's see if it gave us 10 handles. Yeah, it gave us 22 handles. Folks, I'm probably not going to be doing anything. I'm just being completely honest with you. I think I'm probably going to wait out till either the afternoon or tomorrow altogether. There's a lot of just the volatility I'm not liking of the back and forth. So it's high. It's not bad price action, but the volatility is creating large movements, which just makes the risk to reward a lot greater, and you can easily hurt yourself in this. I'm interested to see if this is going to act as a breakaway gap, or if we're going to retrace back into it, find support, and then move higher. This would be an opportunity for a long, is what I'm trying to say. These are the breakers that I'm referring to that you can get blown out if you're not careful. If you don't know the higher time frame, which the higher time frame that we looked at on the 15-minute suggested that we should move right through it. And I'm glad we did, because we didn't take a short based off of this, because it just pushed right through it. So understanding the higher time frame is extremely important. So the question is, do we stop at this order block, or do we go through it to this fair value gap? So far, it stopped at the order block. We got a swing high that's sitting right here, really close to that level. Support at the previous week low still. Man, I feel like it just kind of wants to drop through here, but there's the it should drop right through here. Or it should run higher. I don't know. So easy to want to go long right there. See if it hits. It has to at this point. Swept the high, but didn't hit that swing high. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Everything in me's wanting to get off, guys. I think I'm gonna be done for today. I think it's safe. It's safer for me to be done. Yeah, I know that means everybody has to get off, but I think if you want to find somebody else, you can. I think I'm gonna be done for today. I think it's wise to just walk away, be done. So that's what we're gonna do. We'll be back here tomorrow, if not tomorrow, Wednesday for sure. Stay safe out there, guys. Crazy market. Big drop already this morning, so stay safe. We will be back. I'll give you an update whether we're going to stream tomorrow or not here later today. So God bless, guys, and stay safe. Bye-bye.